this bit again. Okay. Right, so the last part of this is basically, once you've got that to work, copy and paste it in, change the information. So I've got orange and purple. So orange, purple. You can keep that file open, Ash, before you move on as well. I'm just going to cut that and there, that, put it in there, and then we're going to just test it. Hopefully each one will play a different sound. Double check that. Purple's playing ribbit, orange should be playing fox. Again. Well, I've got a sound, but it's just not very obvious. Okay, so that would be the end of that. I'll get rid of these comments. And that's your first basic app, I guess. It's a bit of a sound playing app. And then we're going to move on to a slightly different tack, similar to what we're doing. So save that as version 4 in my case, and I'm going to create a new file. So file, new, ActionScript 3, 1280 by 720. Seeing as though you're going to be doing this a lot, it might be worth clicking the box that says make default, so that every time I do that, I've got that size. Okay. I'm just going to pause for a minute while you get caught up. Okay, so with both files open, right, I'm going to save this as QuizAS3, a different file, and then in the library for now, rather than using drawn graphics, which you'll do in a bit later on, I'm just going to borrow from animals test 4 or whatever file I've got open. So you notice I drop down, go in there, and basically what I want to do is I want to drag across everything that we had. Can I copy them? I'm going to copy them, and then in QuizAS1, right click and paste. It will put all those symbols in there for me. And then I'm going to instantiate the buttons, or one of the buttons to start off with. Okay, so blue circle, I'll bring that on, and then I'm going to give it an instance name. Again, I'll just call it blue _ MC. And I'm going to have a layer for buttons and a layer for actions, as we did in previous examples. It's a new file, by the way, Charlie. And the first thing I want to do in the code is to just give some information to that movie clip. So blue _ MC dot, and I'll call it answer or response, even response. Let's call it response. So long as the word doesn't go blue, that's all that matters. Equals, and then in speech marks, fox. Before that line, I might need to also put in var blue _ MC colon movie clip. Wow, all of a sudden I've got interesting code hinting working for me. I wonder why that is. And also var answer which is going to be a string equals, in speech marks, Fox for now. Nice and simple. If you can get to that point, that would be great. Okay. What was this? Okay, try and keep the noise down. I didn't realize the microphone was so loud. Maybe I can address that in here. Just going to change my levels down a little bit. 1, 2. Okay. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So what we've done is we've created a value. The first thing I need to do is just to double check that these values work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put what's known as a trace statement in. Trace allows me to test values. There's a box called output window, and anything that I try and trace out, it will put in there. So try trace answer, brackets, semicolon, and then control and enter and see what happens. And at the bottom of your screen in output, you should see the answer. Oh, Bradley, you don't need to type the top line. Just start from this one. Save yourself a bit of time. Just put that in for me deliberately. So I just pressed in. What you should see is Fox coming up there. Great.
Yeah, I've got some other friends doing
Okay. I've recorded this stuff so you can catch up. Okay. You can also try tracing out blue underscore MC dot response. So we know we've got a value in there. Ooh. Expecting semicolon before MC. Just double check that. Yes, sorry. I put a bracket in by accident. There we go again. The answer is shown up. And so what we're doing is we're going to, I'll just comment that line out. 2 slashes, gets rid of it. What we're going to do is see if the 2 values match up. Now we know while we're testing this that they match up, but when you move on and make a quiz, obviously you don't know what people are going to click. There'll be different responses, and you only want to respond if they give you the right one. So what I'm going to do is say, same as what we did in the first file, is create an event listener for blue. So I'm going to copy this, and we'll use it as a starting point. Quiz.fla. I'm going to paste it in. I suppose it would probably help if I'd have chosen the one that was Fox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my answers from Fox to Lion for this. Just and then we can get rid of or cut this bit out, and we can have that play at the start of the clip on its own. And then what we want to do is put in a little bit of what's known as logic. So what we're putting in is an if statement. An if statement is formed like this. Keyword if, then some brackets. Inside of those brackets, we're going to put like a condition. Then a curly bracket followed by a curly bracket. That's how it's formed, always like this. And then the condition goes in there. So I'm going to put if blue underscore MC dot response equals answer trace, and then in those speech marks I'm going to put the word correct. This is the simplest response. Moving forwards, we could maybe have an all singing, all dancing movie clip that pops up going, correct, hooray, pop in balloons, stuff like that. But for now, we'll just settle with a trace statement. So I'm going to test that. Oop. Syntax error, telling me off because I've put in an extra right brace. Plays the sound. I then click on the correct button, which would be the word lion, or for instance, a picture of a lion. Click on it, and it tells me that's correct. So that's the first part you need to get to, and then I would save that as quiz 2, because that's our next major milestone, and I'll just stop the video at that point.